Alright, it's things like this that really pisses me the fuck off. So, Twitter cops harass Japanese artists and find out. Like, when are people going to understand that just nobody likes this Karen attitude where you see things, like you go out of your way to look for things that ideologically you don't like, and you try to attack and bully people, because at the end of the day, this is what's happening. It's bullying, and people don't like bullies. People don't like being around bullies. People don't like being bullied by complete fucking strangers online. And yeah, you'll use ideology to bully. You'll use all sorts of things to try to mess with people. But then you force people to be completely irrational towards you if you're going to be irrational towards them, right? And well, bullying like this, it's like some high school girl shit. Like, this is Karen fucking behavior that nobody likes. Nobody wants to be around people that act like this. It's just annoying. So Twitter cops harass Japanese artists and find out. Let me put. Actually, I don't know if there's ads on this
So, as
channel.
you guys probably know, we've talked a lot about Japanese artists getting harassed by the Twitter police, Westerners who often like to harass Asian artists for various reasons, including saying that they made a character too light skinned and then fixing the design. However, that's not what's going on in this one. This is more of the newer approach that the Twitter police have been taking, which is accusing an artist of using AI, of not.
Yeah, again, they'll use whatever tactic, whatever means, and I'm assuming these are people that view Japanese artists as, like, their rivals, instead of putting out a better product. Western artists doing their best to give a better product to their constituents. They're just attacking their competitors and trying to silence their competitors. And this is, again, Karen fucking behavior. And the consumers knows when the shit like this is happening. And even if you're a good artist, and you still harass Japanese artists, people are just not going to like you or consume your shit. Again, this type of behavior and this type of person that everybody knows exists. I call them Karens, right? But I mean, a better term must exist. No, I think Karens are fine. The type of individual that cries that, oh, kids nowadays aren't getting outside, but then they see teens skateboarding and they fucking yell at them and call the police. That type of person that nobody cares to be around or deal with.
Not actually drawing the art that they're posting. That takes us to this artist, Shio, who had posted this art saying cream the rabbit, hashtag Sonic the Hedgehog, hashtag cream the rabbit, to which this Twitter cop, Lisnovsky, says, so how long for people to realize these are AI?
Yeah, and these are things that people just say, like, you don't know, I don't know. I mean, I assume it's not. Like, there's ways to show, but I mean, personally, I don't care if it is. It still looks good, but obviously, the whole moral panic is that there's no effort being put in this, and clearly, they're using the moral panic of AI to just go after someone.
At the time of this screenshot provided by Savvy, we can see that List Nova's tweet had like 24,000 likes, causing numerous people to also brigade Shio, accusing Shio of using AI, in which you can see some of the responses here. For example, this one reading, listen, if you want to prove you made it by yourself, show us a time lapse of the drawing at high speed. So the whole process is shown short like this. They got a response from someone who says they don't have to do anything if they don't want to. To which that person responds saying, then they will still be accused for using AI.
Yeah, and this is a tactic, right? They will make the accusation and demand that you defend yourself and you prove them wrong. It's like, no. What? Fuck away from me, you fucking weirdo.
Man, what a weirdo. Another one saying, sorry, but that's AI. Similarly, this one saying, you use AI, shh. Now, the specific tweet of Shios that they're responding to here is a bit unclear because it has since been deleted, but we can very reasonably presume that they were either posting this on the direct tweet that Shio made of Cream the Rabbit, or a tweet they made addressing the AI accusations or something of the sort.
Yeah, and these are career ruining for artists online. I mean, this is how they put food on the fucking table. And clearly, there's a market for it. So, clearly, they're going to do it. But then these absolute hacks go out of their way to just harass Japanese artists. And again, it's because Japanese artists can actually draw good art. Like, look at all the manga that you watch, and the type of artists that they like. They usually start. Some of them start out as hentai artists, but a good portion of them, well, actually, a good portion of them start out as hentai artists, only to now draw art for legitimate uh, anime and like web art. And anime is clearly something that's just becoming a better product than Western art. And Western artists know this, so what do? Well, they're going to try to just attack and silence Japanese artists because, I mean, it's effectively business. The problem is the consumer knows what's happening. Like, if you do this behind closed doors, like, maybe you'd silence them, but, I mean, you're not convincing people to consume your art. So, and you're not drawing good art. You're just using ideology to berate people. So, would that increase your art and your commissions? I don't know. But people are clearly seeing what's happening. So, when something like this happens, people will go out of their way to avoid Western artists and go towards Japanese artists just to spite these individuals.
Regardless, Shio would eventually address this in a different tweet that has not been deleted. We'll take a look at that in a moment. But first, as more and more people began to defend Shio and call out the Twitter police for being a bunch of absolute creeps, Lisnovsky also got a ton of backlash for the tweet that they made that once again got over 20,000 likes. Eventually, Lisnovsky making this response that reads, "Good morning. I just woke up and after looking at the events, I guess I have some apologizing to do. I'm sorry for posting that comment, really, since the art is privated. The post got community noted, all without me noticing."
Welcome to Chapter 6, Season 2.
Boop.
I guess I can say things got blown out of proportion. I also apologize to people for acting extremely awful towards the post, getting viral, quote unquote. Despite that not being something I was expecting. I didn't mean for a civil war to happen in the comments. Things got out of control very quick, honestly. I should have deleted the post sooner. I'm sorry if the words don't go through properly. Despite being Argentinian, I don't like my country nor my language, so I've been using English for 10 years now, and I'm still not good at typing stuff still. However, people in the responses are not having that. For example, Savvy saying, the honorable thing for you to do is delete your account. Go crawl back to Tumblr and take a few years to reflect on why you really did that. Another saying, I hope you sent them a private apology. And Lifsnovsky saying, I did, but it seems I can't send them any more messages after sending 5 of them. Similarly below that one, a response saying, apologize to the artist directly. And yeah, it is pretty weird that they didn't tag the artist directly in this tweet. Like, they directly quote tweeted the artist originally and sent that accusation to them. But then when they make this so-called apology, they're not going to tag them at all. For some reason, this is something that's fairly common on Twitter. In situations like this, where people harass an artist and get backlash and make some apology or whatever, this is not the first time I've seen them, like, not tag the artist. It makes the apology come off rather questionable and insincere. If they're still hoping that the accusations stick in a way, like, oh, here's the apology that no one knows who I'm specifically referring to unless they're in the loop with the situation. But anyways, that takes us...
Yeah, and again, I don't know if this person is being actively hostile or not, but, I mean, this culture of random shit flinging and, you know, moving masses of fucking Karens and weirdos towards specific people, like, you know, assume it's being done malicious, because you know what will happen if you throw the AI accusation. that's career and life ruining. And I guess you face no backlash. But now people are like, you just get the fuck out of here. Like, you know what you're doing. We know what you're doing. And it's just something that people are sick and fucking tired of.
Back over to Madam Savvy and a quote tweet that she made responding to that apology post from Lisnovsky. And we're specifically taking a look at this as well because Shio actually responded to this tweet, which we'll get to after we get all the context, of course. So, Savvy says, a tale of caution. There's a lot of garbage humans out there, like the person I'm quoting now. You must be wondering what led to this. Another loser viciously attacked another artist for using quote-unquote AI. That post went viral, and through the user's own vitriol and others, the artist in question had to go private temporarily. Any attempt to provide evidence was of course ignored, and the poor artist received endless hate, cruel words, and was even accused of not even being Japanese. All you had to do is go to the user's media tab and you would see progress images and their tablet. But no, this ugly loser accused someone of AI. The only reason anyone does this is to cause trouble. An individual who would use AI would have nothing to lose.
Yeah, and the more this tactic is being used, the more people will be like, okay, they're using AI, so what? Like, you are forcing people to take, positions against you just because they're sick of tired of people like you. Like, there's going to be people legitimately using AI, and we won't know because you do the boy that cries wolf situation so many times, and people get so fucking sick and tired of you that no one cares, and that's not going to be a good thing because it's bad enough artists have to compete with AI, but now they have to deal with, Western shit flingers that know exactly what they're doing. We know what they're doing, they know what they're doing. They're using emotional language and emotional labeling to try to beef up their argumentation when really they're just weird Karen losers that don't actually interact with people in real life, so they take their vitriol online, and then they think they can bully people that are from other countries that aren't from the West until everyone fucking dogpiles them because they know what's going on.
But an artist who does not would have everything to lose. There's zero reason to make petulant AI call-out posts and independent artists. Business are different, but this, to do it in such a hateful manner, not okay. Every week, some new loser comes along clout chasing. I wish I had more screenshots to show how absolutely abhorrent these people were, but you get the point. I think it's disgusting to put an artist through so much stress. It could ruin their business or even their hobby to be attacked like that. Shio was the artist attacked. If you like Sonic art, feel free to check them out. Very cute work. You can also search the name and see what kind of horrible things were said. And yeah, Savvy including a number of other examples of people harassing the artist. I'm not going to go through all this stuff. Some of it would even be a bit much to show here on YouTube. But essentially, to summarize it, you got all manner of accusations from people accusing Shio of using AI to be a pedophile. As mentioned, also accusing Shio of not actually being Japanese. And other people trying to self-promote themselves, harassing Shio and being like, look at my art instead. Which
yeah, and again, I wouldn't really care about this, but because Karen behavior is spotted, now I'm forced, like, now I do care. Like, you've put me, like, you came into my spotlight, and now me, with my whopping 60 subscribers, is now going ham on you. Look, you force people to care because they're sick and fucking tired of dealing with these people. And this is what the Karens, the very feminine 12-year-old girl mentality individual forces people to do. You force people to care, but they go against you because they're sick and tired of people like you.
takes me to my next point, and then we'll take a look at Shio's response. This point, though, is that a lot of people who accuse other artists of using AI and stuff like that are artists themselves, and I find that so weird. Like, you would think artists...
Yeah, and like I said, it's it's just business, really. It's them trying to take down competitors, and most of these Western artists, they're very liberal and socialistic when it comes to everyone else's money and how everyone else should think. And then when it comes to their business and their competition, they're very cutthroat and capitalistic. And yeah, they use ideology, but again, I know what's happening. They know what's happening. We all know what's happening. So quit with the bullshit. You're just wasting everyone's time.
Just have some sort of mutual respect and kindness to each other. And generally they do from what I've seen, but then you have this other subset of like Twitter cop clout chasing weirdos try to cancel other artists and get them harassed and use that to promote their art. It's seriously beyond pathetic. And so as mentioned, hopping over to Shio's account, Shio responds to Savvy's tweet, the one we just read, and says, "When I first saw the quote you wrote, my heart was immediately drawn in. I can't even describe how deeply those words resonated with me. As I repeatedly read that passage for hours, tears wouldn't stop flowing. Before I knew it, my emotions were overflowing, and I was surprised at how deeply moved I was. The thoughts and pain that I usually keep buried inside seemed to lighten because of your quote. It meant so much to me. I'm truly filled with gratitude. Your words have been a source of encouragement and have given me hope. Thank you so much." However,
Yeah, and I mean, most people are not really built to handle things like these. Like, you go online, you do the things you like, and you hope to just make a product and make art for people. But then the shit flingers come out, and you have to deal with a rabid subsect of them. And clearly, most people will just be like, fuck off, you goddamn weirdo. But yeah, there are people that just, one, shouldn't have to deal with these fucking idiots, but two, they do, and they're not really prepared. And yeah, I mean, that person Shio absolutely does not deserve any of this, and other Japanese artists do not deserve any of it.
for some people would defend the false accusations and actually get upset at Savvy's tweet. For example, this one saying, "Wait, are you trying to defend AI images and are now calling out the person who rightfully pointed it out while having no control of what people who saw it started saying? What's wrong with you? AI is not art, it's art theft." What is this person even talking about? Where's Savvy defending AI images? They're defending a...
Yeah, and again, what happens is they set the stage, and if you're like, oh no, I'm defending this person, fucking weirdos will be like, oh, so you're defending AI art? Then this is a tactic that's easily used. You know, even in reality, it's like, if you say, oh, Pokemon is fucking fine, shut the hell up, you're like, oh, so you're defending satanic and monster and demon worshipping. It's like, what? Because you've entered their frame of logic, but you don't know. Like, they've already made the argument, already set the stage, and you're stepping on, and yeah, you're defending a particular person, but it's like, you're still within that framework. That's why you should just tell these people to shut the fuck up. Like, they'll use manipulative, emotional tactics to try to, paint you as some wrong. In this case, it's AI, but I mean, there's many cases where this has been used, and it's odd that you can point out specifically when this tactic is being applied, but the individual does not do any type of self-reflection about what they're doing because they're angry and they have daddy issues.
person from falsely being accused of using AI. This person's like actually doubling down and defending the harasser. And go figure, that person's pin tweet is them talking about how their commissions are open for stuff like Sonic art. Going back to what we were just talking about a few minutes ago, someone would call them out saying their point is that it wasn't AI art. If you went onto the artist's timeline, there's progress images and such that were left out by the initial accuser. Isn't that convenient? But the OP says, but there's so much I'm missing, but noticing as well. Like I never heard of a cream as a hedgehog challenge. Where was that even a thing, though? Maybe I'm out of the loop. I don't recall.
What? I mean, cream's the name of the fucking the head. I get this. Do people not think anymore? Do people just see thing they don't like and spurg nowadays? Is this what's happening? Because, I mean, I view online discourse as like a zoo. I'm just sitting on the outside, like, look at this fucking idiot. So I'm kind of out of the loop of how people think. Like, I knew how people thought, you know, 10 years ago online, but this is just new to me to just enter a conversation not thinking and just spit vitriol. Like, it's so fucking weird.
Called the initial tweet ever talking about some like challenge though. They're just like Cream the Hedgehog. The frick are they talking about, dude? And excuse me, it says Cream the Rabbit, not Hedgehog even. The point is those persons like making stuff up and getting mad about it, it looks like. I also have to think maybe they used AI but drew over it to make it seem legitimate. There was a thing called Mobius AI that seems to produce the same stuff the artist did. Plus, people who are using AI will usually make fake work in progress stuff as well. So you can understand why I'm questioning a lot of things.
But you're not. I mean, you flung shit at Madam Savvy. You're not questioning anything. It's like there's not even a question inside this whatever.
Oh my gosh, the terminally online behavior from this person is like off the charts. It's like crazy.
People like this just makes your head hurt. That's why you just don't deal with these types of people.
And yeah, this is the sort of person who will back up false accusations about other people on Twitter. So if you're ever getting harassed by people like this, just keep in mind this is the sort of person that's coming after you. On a more wholesome note, we've got this Geen profile pic, based Geen profile pic person responding here to Savvy's tweet saying, I'm noticing a pattern. An artist gets accused of AI and it's from other artists. It's a shame that some folks would rather witch hunt another artist rather than learn from them. Your art isn't going to improve with that mindset. And finally, going back to
yeah, they're not trying to improve. They're trying to take down a competitor. It's simple. Like, it's simple, it's easy, and it's effective.
Twitter account. Once again, you can find them over on Twitter at which, yeah, I'm not even going to try reading that out loud, but I will have it in the description for you to copy paste over in Twitter if you'd like to go find them there. And Chia's most recent pinned tweet, as you can see, is this one saying test. First time I've tried using a time lapse, but I don't feel very good about it. Like, I'm being monitored. And so that is the situation. Hope you enjoyed my...
Yeah, don't try to acquiesce to these fucking weirdo online, terminally ill, fucking online and mentally ill individuals. Like, you're not going to appease them, right? They have daddy issues. Like, the only way to deal with someone that's irrationally spurting out at you is to tell them to shut the fuck up and just move on. Like, you'll feel better. They'll still start flipping out, but whatever.
My coverage. If you did, please consider liking and or subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, and if you acquiesce to these types of individuals, like you create this system where just being unhinged and spurting is actually rewarded. Because people like to feel like, oh yes, I can bend this individual to my will. And it's like, yeah, once you tell them to just fuck off, it's like, yeah, fuck off. He tagged the artist to accuse him, but doesn't tag the artist for apology. Yeah. Despite being an Argentinian, I don't like my country nor my language. What does that have to do with anything? I guess the translation, but people know what's going on. Defund the Twitter police. I don't know if they're getting funded or not. I've been noticing that every tweet that stirs drama is made just before the person is about to go to sleep. Yeah, it's a tactic. It's like you make something stupid, then you're like, oh yes, I hope this goes off. Then I go to sleep, and then boom, it goes off. So they demand the artist for proof, but the accuser not. Like how the accuser knew if it's AI. Exactly, we don't know. Like that's why you just disregard the framework. Like don't acquiesce with individuals that throw accusations and demand that you prove them wrong. It's like, no, I'm not going to prove you wrong. Like, you came with the accusation, you come with the proof. Like, who the fuck do you think I am? As far as I know, the accuser is the one that's supposed to present proof. Exactly. The cop-out of my English isn't my native language excuse is such a pathetic way to try to and avoid all responsibility for your action. Yeah, it's weird. Usually you'll do that for, like, syntax, but people know what they're saying. This Levinsky is a coward. They only apologize because they got backlash. Otherwise, they would tag the artist in the apology. Exactly. These people are not sorry because they did something bad. They're sorry they got caught. And again, we're talking about a specific individual, but you know the type of archetype of person that this individual's talking about. These Twitter accusers are the reason why shampoo has instructions. Oh, God, brother. It's not like a witch hunt. It's a painter hunt. Yeah. But anyway, that's all I gotta say about this. Peace.